When I go to like contests, I've always saw it as like putting my suit on and I'm go to work, you know. And when I go home, you know, like okay, because I live a dream. Like, why would I not want to go handle that, right? But
you put yourself on the line. You were not phoning it in.
Yeah.
Every time. I mean, every single time. You know, especially mega stuff like the stuff that you did. I mean, just Indy 3.
I know.
15, 20 feet. Like that is one of the most.
You know what's crazy
things.
is I didn't like I'm not like Jake Brown that's practicing off the 70 all day long, right? You see Jake when he prepares for like the events.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
It's
going
terrifying.
like, that's constant like risk. And he's like, oh yeah, I just want to get comfortable. I was like, I don't want to get comfortable. I want to land it when I have to, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like, and then the Indy 3 was just like, okay, I know it's possible if I, you know, and if I spin too much, and it was in my run, so I could make myself do it.
But I mean, the thing about Indy 3, and yeah, I might be focusing in on it too much, but you cannot see Indy 3 landings.
No.
Right?
But
everything is wrong about that.
You can see the Indy air the whole
That's
time.
it.
And that's what I do. I do an Indy
You
air.
can see your nose.
Yeah, I do that, and I look, and then I just kind of, you see it there. I'm not going to hang up, then I turn and
But I mean, you were able to, and hooray, but you were able to like squat stuff like that out off a 20-foot air.
Well,
everyone else would explode.
I've seen you do plenty and land. So I'm like, I know it's possible, so I'm going to squat
you took
this
it
one
to
up.
a whole new level.
I'm like, no, I need to. No, and squatting on the Mega, that's when I like, when Mega started coming around, I was like, then I started a heavier workout program. Because I couldn't,
workout or practice?
Like
actually working
leg
out.
workouts, because I noticed that I wasn't that strong, you know. And then when I started skating Mega, that like all that like force, it was just and I'd squat and I couldn't hold it, you know. So then it was just like, no, if I get my legs strong, I'll hold it.
That's insane.
So that's when I started thinking, you know, that.
So
that
your first 900 was fakey, right? On Mega.
Yeah, first and only. And if I ever do
that was
it
the
again,
only one.
Yeah, and if I were to do it again, I'd try that one. You know, I don't. Or I've tried frontside nines and got pretty close.
That's okay. Wow.
Yeah, but that was, I don't know about, like, that just felt. I landed super low on one. Like one of them, I looked. It was like I slob, like, and like went all the way around.
Yeah.
So I did the slob 7, fake it forward.
Yeah.
So in that time, I was like,
you were gonna do frontside 9.
Yeah, and then I spun around and then put it on the wall. And then I went to try it again, and I just like went super low and landed really bad, and I couldn't get myself to try it again. But that was it. Yeah. And the backside ones was always frustrating. I can see it, I can spin it, and then I had a hard time. I was just scared of over-rotating.
You're doing melon?
Yeah, or I tried indies for a long time.
Yeah, I tried that.
Indy just made me land on my back so many times.
Yeah, and I was scared of over-rotating. That's why I did the fakey because I was comfortable with it, and if I over-rotate, I go to my knees.
Man, so I was already washed up.
It feels safer to me.
I tried it at Woodward into the Resi thing, and because I used to do the Indy 5 where I'd flip upside down. So when I tried a 9, it was a double front flip, which means there was no spin in it, so I didn't have to worry about the chicken neck over rotating.
Yeah.
But I was already washed up. Like me trying to do a legit one, I was like, dude, you hit the coke and you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the thing. I'd go 1, 2, and then when I'd come over, I'm like, it looks the same as my Indy 5, but because that, like the 900, stopping the spin for me, I was just like,
you and I had that same Indy snap, and it just completely stops your spin.
Yeah.
Right.
Like as soon as you go to grab it, your body's like, no, we can't go all the way around.
Yeah, and then you force it. That's what I was doing. I was forcing it. In the end, it wasn't comfortable on that last 180.
One of my favorite and something I like to actually make an example of for people where we talk about you, obviously with your legendary skill set, and there are things that you've done where it's like no one will ever do that. I have this opinion where I'm like, Bob has done these things no one ever done, and my first go-to on that is frontside Narjar. Like
the lean front 5
front 5 to tail.
Wait,
you seen him do that, right? He did a frontside Narjar.
Oh wow.
Was that an X Games? I think the one I landed. Yeah.
Like to me, that's the epitome of like, okay, this is where Bob lives.
Yeah.
And this is what he can do. No one will ever, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see anyone doing that or trying it even.
Yeah.
What would it be? I think I was just thinking. I thought about it just for the backside one felt like, again, I'd rather do that one than the backside one.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous statement.
My comfort zone,
both-
my
they're
comfort,
both
because I
insane.
can start blind. Yeah, they're both suck, but like I'd rather like.
We've had some lengthy Narjar discussions
Oh
on
my
this
gosh,
podcast.
yeah.
And
Think about hanging up on the backside one.
yeah, well, I mean, there's only I think the 4 people now.
Yeah.
And Tate is the latest. Tate Carew did
Oh,
one,
yeah, nice.
but
What's,
Sandro's the master.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
in his sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different trick when he does it.
yeah. But frontside is just I have to give you all the credit.
No, I
that-
appreciate that. I got to do it Madonna now, just thinking about it. But I don't know if I want to bring that one back on the Mega. Narjar.
Dude, Madonna
We're
Narjar.
thinking about an air disaster on the Mega. That'd be just insane. Frontside, and then blow.
You need like a 12
Having
ply.
Jimmy, I have to like
Yeah.
hang with Jimmy for a bit.
I get a couple of sheets of metal put in the middle of my skateboard.
Jimmy-
I've seen Jason do it with his body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Indy
Yeah,
5?
with your like
Oh, you were
cargo,
there for
yeah,
that.
with your
Dude.
Yeah.
workout shorts.
Having a
Like
witness.
super thin, nothing like just he's skating Mega and just
Yeah, I had like a basketball
Like just-
jersey on. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
No,
I
you
learned
did
the, I
your
learned
Indy,
the
you did
hard
your
way.
Indy 5
Yeah.
to body jar.
That was at your place or Woodward?
No,
Nah,
Woodward.
the big
Was it
yeah.
Woodward? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That,
that was.
that ramp was messed up. That's where Elliot, Marcelo, all those
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Oh yeah, because
No,
it was
that was Point X.
Yeah,
Where
Point
I
X
saw
is
you
my
was
one,
Point X.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the. That was like.
Was that the end?
Was that the-
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought I was gonna die. You know what I mean? Like I really thought.
you
like
could have.
when I grabbed my board upside down. As soon as my hand touched my board, I went, oh, I'm over the deck. Like I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
You know when you're that far
Yeah,
over
yeah,
that you
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to see the landing
Yeah.
anymore. I was like, oh, and I immediately ejected and started dog paddling upside down. Like no, no, no. And I'm like, I just get to see it as I hit it, and it's like. I don't think you could hit a worse spot. Like some people hit their shins.
Did you stay on the deck? Did you
No,
stay
I hit,
on the
no, I hit my hip
yeah.
right because I still have a permanent hole.
Oh man, yeah.
Like I can put my thumb in my butt cheek to the bone.
Yeah, that was a heavy
dude. I have
one,
a
man.
donut
I
permanently
saw
on the
that.
side of my
Wow.
ass. But I hit there and it goes whoa, and I'm like, I think I'm paraplegic. Like as I hit, and then I bounce off
time
the
to go-
coping,
time to go down.
Yeah.
and I'm going forwards, and my legs are going over the back of my head, and I'm like, you got to be joking me. So then I tuck and like lean
Yeah,
over.
it was a bit of the
and
D-way.
front flipped.
Flip forward.
And then landed
yeah.
on my back on the flat.
Yeah.
And I remember,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
remember that,
crazy.
Yeah, I was right there.
Jakey started crying. Remember, Jakey was like, he's like, "You're all right, Jason." I'm like, "Are you crying, dude? Like, that means I'm not all right." You know what I mean? Because Jake.
I remember
Was
it
that
was a
after
time.
his slam or before?
No,
his slam?
I was before,
This
yeah,
was
yeah.
like 2004. Point X.
Yeah, I was. I feel like
Before
I was the
X Games.
first mega ramp slam where everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's."
I don't know about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
maybe we should think. You know,
Yeah, I mean that's how. From my
Dude, they
perspective,
came
that's
over-
how it felt with Jake. Where it was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh, maybe
Jake's-
we've done this too.
Yeah.
no,
this is too
for
far.
sure, his
Jake's
was like,
the worst one by far.
and that's when it was actual 70. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not.
Dude,
it
they
was,
came-
even the bit for the after it was like 64.
They came over to my house. Like after it all.
Oh, really?
I drove to Vista.
party?
But no. But that's a fair comment.
Yeah.
Bucky came over like, "Hey, how are you?" Because like when I left, like it was a different era. Like I didn't go to hospital. Like I was like, you know, you're right. I was like, because I remember at first I hit so hard my legs didn't move, and I was like, fuck, I've broke my
yeah,
back.
that's a pelvis snap or like a some kind of that was intense.
But it was
Yeah.
like a big hematoma or whatever. But I got up and I got in the car and I drove home.
Yeah.
They came over and not to party. Bucky was like,
Wait, he came too?
I don't think he did.
No.
But Bucky came over with Jake and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." And I'm on the couch, you know, with ice and, I mean, obviously all my drugs and alcohol because that was a different me. But they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." But for sure, like the next time I skated Mega, I was like,
Yeah, no.